Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Masquerada. Well, we just figured out we're wearing corpses on our faces. That's just great. Not really like the direct corpses, but still magically, effectively, corpses. Anything else around here we need to look at? Just defeated the giant tree. What's weird about this game, and actually kind of cool, is that there is no loot, really. I was totally a massacre here. Great. That probably dropped when we killed the giant beast man over here. There's not really much in the way of loot. It's weird there's some object or have physics. Let's play soccer. Let's play rock soccer. It's a very light rock. Would you be able to deal with that any kind of rock? Even like basalt. It's a light rock, but it's not that light. There you go. In we go. Hopefully not going to be turned into a mask by some automatic process.
There we go.
I'm just going to walk
Medea?
in.
I was just thinking. The artifacts, if we find them, if we want to make more masquerines, who's going to play the criminal?
Come on.
Yeah, not you. Don't worry. We're not going to be creating more masquerades. Not unless we're, like, ordered to. But no one's here to order us, so...
Tides. It's been moons since I climbed so many flights.
Just be glad it's behind us.
What is that? Liz.
We have to help her.
Aegis, what is that thing?
Questions later.
Yeah, they're probably not... Oh, shoot. Are we going to fight them all? We'll find out. Here we go. Oh, we need to...
Flank.
Can I... I can totally skill up here. Great. Don't want to taunt. I can't upgrade right... Or can I? Nope. Currently in combat. Can't do it. Alright. Alright. That's fair. Hey, guys. Okay. Jezero is a friendly, apparently. We don't have very many friendlies. I thought the dog's just watching. I guess we stun, right? We definitely want to go for the stun. Let's go here and stun who we can. And looks like only 2 of them. Oh, right. He's one of our friendlies. That's right. We don't want to stun him. All right. We definitely want to hit this big guy, though, for sure. Oh, is he stun immune? Shit. That's okay. You're behind him now. That's great. Calden, you're not doing fantastically, but I'm going to trust you know what you're doing. Medea, could you do me a huge favor and hit this guy as hard as you possibly can? That'd be great. Thank you. Oh, shit. He turned around. No thanks. Go over there, please. Oh, he didn't get moved over. Is this guy just fucking immune to everything? Here, we'll teleport over here. Oh, there we go. That worked. Okay, and he's going to teleport back. If we go over this way, beat him up. Nice. Okay, yeah. Then one thing we have to remember, we don't necessarily need to get down the focus. The focus just protects their front. But if we manage to flank them, then it works. So this guy's next, I guess. Okay, we have Dervish up. This guy is immune to stuns, but let's do it anyway. What the hell? Let's see if it's behind him. That worked out pretty well. Oh, yeah. There we go. Down. Nice.
Once more into the deep.
Oh, shit. Damn, Earthbenders.
What are you... Liz!
Oh, come on, you're an Earthbender, too. You can totally get her. No, come on.
Lysandra! No!
I mean, you survived that. Well, actually, you guys come farther. Did you? No, you guys survived that fall. You should totally be able to as well. Oh, wow.
Medea.
Separated by a hell of a rift. That's bigger than it looked.
We searched the cavern below, sir. She didn't make it.
Did you just bring up her
Get back
body?
to the streets. The others need to know. Gently.
I'm sorry.
This moment has been on the horizon ever since the war began.
That doesn't make it any easier.
Yes, it does. We are tired of fighting, of losing, of dying. Our respect for Lysandra, for the dream she held onto, was all that kept us going. Now that she is gone,
What are you saying?
perhaps now is the time for us to rest. To fade into the shadows, where we should never have left. Perhaps it is good that she is gone.
Don't let Amadea hear you
You
say
don't
that.
mean that.
Yes, I do. The crest of the Malacarte. Your brother designed it. A wreath of...
Of Night's Bane, to remind us to be a beacon of light in the darkest shadows. A swath of red for the blood of those who gave their lives for us. And a shattered mask for the dream that one day they will not matter.
That dream has long withered in our hearts. This crest no longer has a home.
Cesaro.
Take it, or the soil will. Good. Now, the golden canvas.
What?
Before the Dactytes attacked, Lysandra was going to tell you about the Herald. They have a temple under the golden canvas. Lysandra and I had been there once. They tried converting us, but we resisted.
A temple?
For something that's appearing to be their religion. Go there, and you will learn more yourself. There is only a single red grating in the whole ward. Descend through it, and you'll figure it out.
And what of the Malacarte?
I have said already. Now is the time for us to sleep. Goodbye, Cicero. I hope we never see each other again.
No offense. Off he goes. Alright, so much for Lysandra.
A little early for a fire.
It's a cold day.
Did you know her well?
Not really. I'd seen her maybe twice in all. And she and my brother, they were close.
There was nothing you could have done. You made a breakthrough today, learning about Masquerades. That's quite an accomplishment.
It doesn't feel like it.
Everyone's talking about the golden canvas. It's Seho's sojourn today. It'll be bustling.
Festivities, just what I needed.
Cicero.
I know, this is pathetic, but allow me just a moment. The Malacarte were my brother's dream, and now... It seems foolish that I'm mourning something that died years ago.
You mourn when your heart calls for it. There is never a foolish time.
Calden?
Yes?
Never mind. It's an unworthy thought.
I think by now we both know there is no such thing.
This investigation, this thing that we're wrapped up in... It's growing bigger than I ever imagined it'd be.
I don't think any of us imagined that we'd learn that Masquerades had been Dementicate, that they'd been alive.
I don't know what else we'll find. How much bigger this might get. We have limits, all of us. I made a promise.
And you're trying to keep it. That's enough for me.
Have you spoken to the twins?
The carriage can't fit all of us, but they're willing to make 2 trips. Leventhus and his family have plans to go too. They are runic after all.
Then we should leave soon.
I'll tell the others.
That's a neat reason for the party being decided is whenever you fight, is it can only fit so many people. That's actually really good. Alright, so that's the end of the Masquerade Rebellion, possibly? Well, maybe not entirely. Hello. Let's see what you know and what you're willing to talk about, because they're 2 separate conversations.
Quite a thing, isn't it? I wonder what she'd once been like.
She?
My Masquerade.
You're so sure it was a woman?
I like to think so.
I can only imagine how the city would react to this if they found out.
Do you think we might one day be able to communicate with them?
I don't even know if they're sentient anymore.
It's worth a try, though, isn't it?
Be my guest.
If you can hear me, give me a sign. She must be sleeping.
That's not going to be that easy. It's probably going to be some kind of disturbing ritual, no doubt. Or it could be like all of the energy that went into him got into the mask, so they're not even like sentient anymore. Hopefully, anyway.
Ready for the sojourn, Damien?
It's so exciting. I heard they're selling the anthologies of Mayara Terrell.
Damien, we already have half of them.
But the collection has Mayara's notes.
All right, all right. Let's go get the stories we have. Maybe we can trade them in for a better price.
Your son is close to his culture.
Sometimes too close. Forgets that we're in Umber. Color of skin means so little here.
Homesick?
Terribly so.
What is it? Ven.
We were supposed to sail tomorrow.
Sail?
Across the belt back to Rune.
What?
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I watched you and Cyrus grow up maskless.
You don't want him to go through that.
Neither does Livia. It's why she buries him in her culture instead of the culture of the city. She doesn't want him to grow up feeling like he's worth less simply because he doesn't have a stupid mask.
It certainly kept the light in his eyes.
I can only hope it'll stay.
You should go. Tomorrow is still ahead of us. You can make it.
And let you take care of yourself. The last time I did that, you almost set my house on fire.
Then I'm serious.
Before you came back, there was little reason to stay. But now, maybe you can teach him a thing or two.
Me?
About life in the city. Ease him into its better half. Give him a mask, maybe.
A masquerine? Then, I don't think...
Ah, forget I said anything. You have other things to worry about, I'm sure, and so do we.
Oh, Ven.
And we could give him a mask, but really the most appropriate thing to do would probably be to destroy the mask and never talk about them again. I mean, that seems probably the most moral thing to do.
Amadea.
Cicero. Not now. Please.
We did all we could.
I know.
Yeah, she's not going to be able to talk for a little bit. That's all right. Maybe we just don't take her on her next mission so she has time to grieve.
Thinking of how to tell the Judge, Master?
It's not every day that I'm required to be the bearer of news as world-changing as this. Masquerines and Dementacate? It's almost too much to believe.
But you do?
How can I not, with everything that's happened?
I'd imagined you to be more, skeptical than that.
I suppose you would, wouldn't you?
Tiziana?
If you'll excuse me, Inspectore, I have a report to send.
Of course.
Fair enough. Alright, should we respect somebody here? Who's not doing as well as they should be? The only reason why I think that is, first of all, there's an achievement for respecting a character. Amadea's burrow power sounds great, but it's really not all that great. Maybe we just get rid of it. Alright, skills are reset, so that's done. So then we go... character. Yeah, there we go. And go over to her. That's the wrong person, but... Okay, here we go. Jump over. There you go. Okay, so now our skills are reset. Let's go ahead and do that. Sure, regeneration. What the hell? Use attack speed by 10%. Great. I think doing this definitely helps. Threat generated. Yeah, actually reduce your threat. That's actually probably a pretty good idea. Let's do that. Okay, this quick strike. Obviously, you want to learn that. Burrow, I'm not wild about. Convergence, I think the interrupt could be useful. Let's definitely do that. Fissure's pretty good. Flint Bolt is a range attack. I'm not wild about, but okay. Empowers yourself, giving a 10% attack and movement speed bonus for 10 seconds. So like a really good... Okay, interesting. You do a Nervate on yourself for a little bit, and then you can also cast on allies. And then when you do that, you also receive the skill's effects. That seems like a pretty good lineup. Let's do that. So learn and let's see. Sure, why not? Recover some of your magic from focus. Sounds great. Cast on allies, and then use some of those effects yourself. Yes, do that one. There you go. Unfortunately, that means we only have 3. Unless I really want to... I mean, by pushing the passives like I did, it makes it so that making these happen maybe not as important. I don't know. This could be worth it. Learn this one. Ooh, knocking enemies back. No, fiery is probably better. Fiery is better. Increase the distance, and that's it, right? Oh, this is cost 1. Yeah, we can do this. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's look at the party behavior. And so when she does this, Innervate, don't cast on yourself. Cast on nearest companion. Because then she'll get the bonus herself, so it won't matter. And then it's just whenever it's up, she should cast it, I think. So I can read. You good. Alright, so that'll be her first priority. She'll cast this on nearest companion, and she'll do these in order. I'm pretty sure that's the way this works. Alright, that's a possibility. Alright. Let's go ahead and get the hell out of here. So we'll leave Amadea out. We'll leave her to her mourn. We're not going to do much there. Masquerade available again. Keep getting Masquerades like crazy here. Let's see, call down a meteor storm to the target location. The aura protection is pretty good, though. She takes fatal damage to the aura's active heals for 75% of maximum health and unleashes a fire wave. That actually sounds great. Yeah, like, why would you want any of the other ones? No, I think this is fine. It's fine the one you have. Amadea, you only have the 2 masks, huh? And I really think the quicksand ones are good for you. Okay, am I just finding these masks and not able to... Okay, just honk all your horns, why don't you? Don't know if you guys heard that. Okay, I don't see any new masks. What the hell? Like, these are all the ones we had before, isn't it? Although none of these are not painted, so maybe there is a new one in here. I just totally missed it. Taunt nearby enemies. Conjure a Maelstrom. What's the one now? Nah, see, that one's too good. I mean, it doesn't come up very often. It's like maybe a once per fight thing, but still, yeah, I don't want to deal with these. So what is this?
What?
Ah, Inspectore. I was wondering who was going to pick that up.
Did you hang it here?
It? I don't even know what it is.
It's a bone whistle. I used to play with them when I was much younger, with an old friend of mine.
Can you still play? Well, that sounded pretty good.
Yes, well, we have places to go.
Ah, yes, the golden canvas. Ready when you are, sir.
Alright, so bone whistles. Someone just leaving random bone whistles. Also disturbing to use the bones of the dead for something like that, but sure. I mean, the Masquerades are basically the same idea, I suppose, now that we know. Just want to see what inks we have. So we did get a new ink. Yeah, the Vidoria. 2% HP and focus. And we got a new engraving. 20% damage and 25% proc chance. Yeah, I think we're gonna make this happen for everybody. Trade the damage or the proc chance. I think the proc chance could be pretty good. Yeah, let's do that for everybody then. And the 2% mass charge is pretty good. The movement speed I don't like at all. But the 2% HP, I think that's mainly been our problem. Is we're losing too much HP too fast. So I think by giving this to everybody, that'll probably improve our chances at least a little bit. Oops. That one and that one. There you go. Alright, that should do. Now who are we going to take on a little journey here? Maybe we take the new guy.
Ready to go, sir?
Who's on the first trip?
Yourself, Amadea, Vasco, and the Marshal. We'll come back later for the Mariner and the Innkeeper's family.
Let's go then.
It's a lot of trips back and forth, those poor horses.
Exciting, isn't it, sister? I've never celebrated Seiho's sojourn before.
Just remember, almost everything there is more expensive than it needs to be. Keep your crescents for the things that you need.
Oh, I will. I've got a whole list of them I think I can find there.
Ugh.
It's unlikely all that list is complete necessities, but, you know, his money, his problem. It says 100%, but it's still loading. There you go.
Thank you for waiting, Cicero.
I just wanted to make sure you got here safe.
Don't worry. The Mariner took great care of us.
Hurry up, Ma. We haven't got all day.
Your son's right. The Bazaar's a wait.
All right, my boy. Let's go see what the peddlers are offering.
Are you going to be all right?
Calden, please. Go and enjoy the festival. Just keep an eye out for the grating while you're at it. I'll go check on the others, see if they've spotted anything.
All right, then. I've got a few things I think I might be able to find here as well.
Okay, a lot of mission stuff just popped up. Alright, so we can't go that way. That's fine. Let's see, so those will just tell us mission objectives. They will not show us, like, lore stuff. So, oh, there we go. It's like, see, that wasn't on the map, or off the edge of the map at all. So is this? Aragante and Messinare? Media which involves painting or dyeing of symbols and patterns over the equipment of Masquerada. Piece of equipment's physical structure is never altered, and the patterns painted are far easier to remove than the engravings involved in Milare. These patterns, always beautiful in design and color, improve the Masquerada's connection with their elements slightly. But combined with the etchings of Milare can drastically affect the proficiency of Masquerada in battle. Right, yeah, we've seen some of that with the twins artwork here. Authorized personnel only. Alright, alright. You guys don't exactly look like guards, but sure. Okay, so that's one of them. Alright, so I guess we're going to talk to her first. Let's do that.
Bristlethorn for your armor?
Someone knows a thing about polishing, I see.
Of course. Who do you think keeps my buckles shining? So, what's Favio's opinion on what's been going on?
The Judge Master's keeping an eye out. He understands that it's too early to act until more concrete trails can be found. Or at least until we know what the artifacts can do.
And when you do, he will know about them?
Inspectore, know that your efforts at undermining my loyalty to the Luca are in vain.
I don't understand. You can clearly see what is at stake, but yet you think it's more important to keep your guild informed, even though you are fully aware that they might, in the future, jeopardize the investigation?
Do you know who my father was?
I don't know any Luca that carry the De Felici family name. No.
De Felici was my mother's family name. My father was Judge St. Rius.
I'd heard he was a great judge.
He was also a great father, who taught me everything that I know about the Luca. My earliest memory ever was of a Luca parade, staring at rows and rows of beautiful gold as he carried me in his arms. Oh, it had been a sight. A man as large as my father, tenderly holding a little girl at a Luca parade. He told me that he never heard the end of that tale from those around him, but he ensured daily that I knew he did not regret it. To him, displaying his love for me was worth more than his reputation as a strong, steeled man. But if you've heard of him before, then you'd know that his song is upon the singing tree.
It's been there for a decade.
I loved, and still love my father, Inspectore. And the Luca is his legacy. Have I helped you understand?
Yes.
Good. Now, if that is all, I believe we have an entrance to find.
Alright, so she is never going to do anything other than be loyal to Luca, and that's just how that goes. Because anything else would be a betrayal of her father. Whether that's true or not, she believes it, so... Alright, the Heralds? I think the T is silent. Not the first renewed people to arrive on the shores of Ember, but they were without doubt the most influential. The Theralds, I'm just going to pronounce the T, were a large clan of runic people that had grown tired of the ideals and artistry of their home country. They were among the upper echelons of society. They were Zeus among Ashans, but sought more than what life in Rune could offer. With the Masquerades and the power beyond their knowing surface, the Theralds were quick to venture across the Midnight Belt onto the shores of Ember. Once there, the men began assimilating into the society, learned the ways of Ember quickly. They learned how to use the Masquerades, and were the first to think of ways to use them for art. Their education and upbringing in Rune allowed them to view the Masquerades from a completely different perspective. Till that point, Masquerades had been viewed as weapons rather than tools of art. But the Theralds, with their worldview, saw the potential that Masquerades had for creating artistic wonders. And so the Theralds experimented with the Masquerades, learned to use them to paint, to produce the great works of glass, play multiple wind instruments at a time. Many modern Vigilis regard this blossom of culture as one of the primary causes of the Masquerada. These inventions and discoveries brought many things, wealth from the sudden increase in trade brought about by these work of arts that had never before been seen among them. People from the Burgundia began to be lured by the extravagant lifestyle, and those from across the Midnight Belt were not immune to the enticing glamour of life in the blossoming city. So, destroying the mask is going to completely destroy the culture. But it's probably for the best, though, isn't it? Hey, Calden, what's up?
I didn't know you liked carvings.
Cicero, I didn't see you there.
What have you got there?
Well, nothing.
Calden?
You have the most damnable timing.
What is it?
The bird?
When I was a skipper, I used to go down to the shore and scour the beaches for these sun skulls, a type of coral.
That's a rather ominous name, isn't it? Sun skulls?
On the contrary, the Midnight Belt is black, but somehow these manage to retain their brilliant color. A ray of light in a sea of shadows. A source of hope in a mire of despair. I'd have carved one myself if I had the time, but since we're here...
Who's it for?
Each one of my kids has one. Jaxus did. My brother does. I get them for the people in my life that have given me hope. This one is for you.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Me?
For not turning me away, even though you easily could have.
Calden.
In this city, it is difficult to call one a friend and truly mean it. But I do. And I want you to know that.
Calden, I don't...
Please.
Thanks. Any sign of the grating?
Not yet. But I'll keep looking.
And poof, he disappears. Alright. Oh, more lore. Big giant spire in the middle of town. I mean, it's gotta have a story, right? The Golden Canvas. Okay. Golden Canvas may not be the principal war of the DCSC Savarni, but is among the most prominent. The legacy of the Therald family lives on most evidently in this war with its high, colorful glass houses and beautiful vistas. Making most of the revenue from trading artisanal goods, the DC have the most skilled and creative of Argentani and Fabra, and is under the marvelous drapery of the Golden Canvas. Between its billowing clouds of color smoke, they are found practicing their crafts. So, does this hold up their tents? I mean, what the hell is with the giant spire? There's always a story to every giant spire in any town. London has one. It marks the fire. The Great Fire of London in 18 something or other. I forget what it is. There's a giant spire in Washington, D.C. That one has a story about the Washington Monument. That marks not only the fact that it's the Washington Monument, it's meant to be impressive, but shoot. I actually forgot what it's supposed to represent. I'm just totally bad on American culture there, but like any culture that has a giant spire, especially in the middle of a town, there's a story behind it. It's like, what the hell's the deal with this? Guess we'll never know. Hey, dude. New guy. What's up?
Thinking to buy one?
Buy a flute. Nothing is worth as much as a flute crafted by the flautist's own hands. I'm here to see if I can pinch some inspiration.
Well, that one looks interesting.
Ah, that's a Cato flute, with 3 individual mouthpieces. Only Airbrands can bring out the beautiful harmonies they were meant to produce. Far too cumbersome for a traveler like me, though.
What's your type of flute, then?
That one, over there.
Simple.
It's a traditional runic flute called Aniodi. It was brought over with runic culture in the 4th Canticle, even before the Terrals came. But of course, you don't want to hear about the fourth canticle, do you?
I don't?
Not when it pales in comparison to the second, no?
Why would you say that?
Oh, it's just something I overheard once upon a time. That life in the second canticle was... how should I put it? Worth dreaming of.
Where did you hear that?
You didn't have to lie to me, you know. About the artifacts being the key to creating Masquerades. It would have made no difference to me.
Who have you told?
No one. Please.
Then what are you getting at?
I've been trying to tell you, ever since I saw you with the Bleeding Beetle. But I just wasn't sure how.
What is it?
It's... how do I put this? I'm...
The Bloodless.
Yes, I am, in fact, him. But that's...
If you heard the conversation I had with Amadea, you must have returned quite early in the night. Timings don't match up if you needed to report to the Bloodless first. Even less so if you were supposed to spread rumors. You have lackeys for that, don't you?
Yes, you've made good deductions, but...
I won't tell the others. As long as you promise to keep the details of the artifacts to yourself, too.
I suppose that'd be fair.
Is there anything else you wish to say?
Only that I haven't seen any sign of the grating yet.
Well, keep looking then. I'll go see what I can find.
He was
Moscow,
gonna...
I do appreciate the honesty.
He was gonna say something else.
So much for that.
But he kept being interrupted, so much for a couple of things, I bet. But anyway. Alright. Amadea, I guess, would be the only one. I didn't really want to take you on this particular journey. I thought she needed time to mourn, but sadly, the mission being what it is, you don't exactly get a choice.
Thinking of buying something?
This one.
Valenturia. Tales of the Second Canticle.
Lysandra used to sing it too. Must have picked it up from your brother.
Was she any good at it?
Terrible. But she was never sour about it.
You know, she did it for you.
I know. I know. What she did 5 years ago, I knew she did it to protect me. That didn't make it any easier to swallow. But now, what have I done?
It'll be all right.
You should cry a little bit. Totally reasonable.
Cicero, I'm so sorry. It's just... ever since leaving the Malacate, I've been scared to be a part of anything again.
It's all right. I understand. Now, chin up. We've got a grating to find, yeah?
Yes. Yes, we do. Thank you, Cicero.
So chances are they're not going to have us... they're not going to allow all the members of our party to go inside the grating, right? So I've probably got to choose. Okay, but now I've done all that. Most likely that particular mark goes specifically for that grating. Okay, it's way over here. Yep, big old red grating right here. Okay. Now, how is he going to call them? I mean, you're an airbrand, first of all, so it's not like you can shoot up fireworks or anything. No cell phones in this era. I guess you have to go find each one of them again? How does that work?
Ah, here we go.
Or is he going to jump in himself like a crazy person? No, there we go. Okay, fine.
This is it then?
Let's find out. 2 of you will follow me. The other 2 will stay out here in case anything goes wrong. Watch for signs.
Alright, who are we going to take over? So we'll definitely need a tank. And I hate to see this, Tiziana, but you're not a very good tank. I'm going to take him. I'm also not taking her. We'll take him. Yeah, let's go. I mean, she's okay.
It's like there's a whole world under here.
Light. Over there.
Well, first of all, let's grab the Masquerade. There you go. Okay, it says press M to view. Okay, that's the new one. Needs to be decorated first. But that is for... It's for Amadea. Okay. So I think as we go back home, they do get decorated. But when we just find them in the world... Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine. Find out what it does later. There's a lot of dead folk over here. That is not a good sign.
What's wrong with them?
Stone salt.
Oh.
Addicts?
It seems like it.
So
Do
not
we need
dead.
to worry about them?
We don't have the time. From the looks of it, they aren't nearly done with its effects. We need to see what we can find.
Okay. Well, it's good. I thought they were dead, but they're not. Great. Why is that one lighting up, though? Why are you lighting up? Like, only sometimes. Okay. Well, I can't do anything with you, so I guess you're fine. A hell of a lot of addicts in here? Holy shit. It's worse than an opium den.
Contadani?
It's not uncommon for them to be seen with the dealers, but...
Something on your mind?
Nothing. We should keep looking around.
I mean, there's a big, obvious staircase, but let's not do that yet. First of all, lore. Stone salt. Made for the crystallization of certain minerals within Embret. Something like that. Stone salt has been part of Embrian culture since the 4th Canticle, but reliance on the drug only became widespread in the 7th Canticle, when the lives of the Constantati took a turn for the worse and suffering became far more widespread. Nowadays, salt use is nearly ubiquitous and can be found in near any area densely populated by Constantati. Certain minerals. I mean, that could be anything. It could be effectively the same as crystal meth. It could be... who knows? The fact that makes them pass out, it could be the equivalent of opium? I don't know. I don't know enough about drugs to say.
Did you find something?
The lady has told how the seed will save, and how the knife will take the life it gave. The shadows will come as they did before, but she will save us, so she swore.
The shadows will come. What do they mean?
And who is this lady that they keep mentioning?
I don't know.
Is there anything else?
Nothing legible. Judging by the quality of the handwriting and the choice of rhyme, I'd say that whoever wrote this hadn't done it with a proper mind.
Then these are just a bunch of addicted lunatics?
Addicted lunatics do not so easily infiltrate the registry and capture one of its regenti. It seems like there is nothing else here. We should keep moving.
Yeah, I mean, these might be the goons, but there's no way they're the leaders. The leaders might keep them salted, so to speak, in order to keep them controlled. Except when they need them, and then, you know, you get it rushed. Alright. Nothing around here, no masquerades. I like how the bloodlust just stains around. Alright, we're gonna have to get a fight here, right? Faye or something? It's gonna happen.
Intruders!
Yep, okay, intruders.
Ready
Hello.
yourselves!
Yep. I guess we just move along. Hello, folks. Would you like to be stunned? I know you would. Here you go. Yeah, I mean, they're not doing anything, so that's great. Thanks. He's gonna be healed. He just keeps healing. Oh, I like
I
the
don't suppose they were expecting company.
Not the company of the colors, no.
What do you think this place is?
A salt emporium by the looks of it. It's probably one of the ways the Dactytes make a living.
And the Herald will be here?
That's what we're here to find out.
I like that he plays the flute during the fight. That's great, and the flute actually gives effects. That's fantastic. Alright, well, lore over here. Masquerada Origins. In the wake of the March of the Broken Songs in the 4th Canticle, the Registry witnessed an inundation of citizens that clamored and acquired masquerades, and the astute players of the city were cognizant of the fact that if continued unrestricted, the balance of power would shift radically out of the hands of the Registry. Though the Registry wasn't as power-hungry as it might be considered to be currently, the threat of the consolidation of power beyond the Registry was very real. At the time, notions of unions or factions had begun spreading, and people with similar interests began banding together. There was no official recognition of the entity the city would eventually come to call a guild. The Verona at the time, Alamara Moria, saw an opportunity in these phenomena. She created a system in which groups of individuals could form a registry, approved collective, that was known as a guild, which would receive support from the registry in its activities if they paid the registry in masquerades, which were considerably more abundant at the time. Simply giving someone else a masquerade wasn't unheard of. Try that in this day and you'd be lucky to survive. Support at the time took various forms, including registry-sanctioned port ownerships and near-full jurisdiction over certain small sections of the city the registry called wards. These wards were often simply undeveloped in areas in the city that the registry had no use for or could easily spare. The toll the registry exacted on the guilds was proportionally insubstantial in its early stages, and the initiative was startlingly well received. Dozens of guilds began sprouting, and Masquerades flowed steadily into the hands of the registry. Furthermore, the jurisdiction the registry gave the guilds over the undeveloped wards seemed to provide fertile soil for the pride that take in them. The guilds began taking it upon themselves to develop the infrastructure of the wards, and in a remarkable time, the city's overall framework was greatly improved. Trade was bolstered substantially as well, in part due to the rumors that began to travel across the Midnight Belt since the magical victory over the Altmere and the March of the Broken Songs, and in part due to the support the registry gave the guilds who owned ports. Mutual beneficial agreement between the guilds and registry lasted for a time, but only a time. By the sixth Canticle, the side of the guild-owned wards had blossomed, began encroaching upon the registry's own territory, sparking conflicts between them. Furthermore, there were guilds that refused to pay the toll the registry demanded. As the years progressed, the number of Masquerades that the registry demanded increased, and though this did not displease the larger guilds too much, for they had too been hoarding Masquerades away in their own collections, the nascent ones could hardly afford it, especially considering the growing scarcity of the irreplaceable Masquerades. Yeah, that seems weird, calling in for an irreplaceable source as a toll. But I guess if you know that everyone has their own Masquerade collection, you kind of want to consolidate them all into one place to kind of consolidate power. I can kind of understand that, but it's still weird. To discourage evasion of the law and strengthen their control of the flow of power in the city, the registry created the notion of a mask runner in the Sixth Canticle, and made official the regulation that any person in possession of a Masquerade who did not belong to an official registry-approved guild would be branded an outlaw. They'd be hunted down by the Porteri, and they would be severely dealt with. Therefore, if one were to find a Masquerade, one had two options: turn the Masquerade into the registry before even binding with it, or request to join one of the larger guilds, which acted in accordance with the registry's demand. Oh, so that's why... Okay. That seems... it's fair. It's basically registering a gun. They are dangerous. Over the years, the other factors came into play, and the divide between Masquerada and the Contendati widened. Some of the Masquerada factions began to be seen as embodiments of the city's anti-establishment settlements, fighting for the benefit of the Contendati. Unfortunately, a large number of the Masqueraders continued fighting simply for themselves, and there's that Masqueraders were petty criminals persisted for a long time. Even to this day, it seems. New engraving, thank you. And I guess we go downstairs. Oh, totally another fight? Yeah, it's totally another fight. Surprisingly, can't open that door. Maybe they opened for us by somebody here, but this is totally a fighting area.
Intruders!
Yep. Hey, they opened the door.
Go!
Looks like he's buffing something. Alright, can we dervish? I can't quite dervish over there. Alright, over here. And now dervish. Go. Okay, definitely hit this guy. I have to take his focus first, that's alright. How you going, man? Don't run too far. Did he just poison me? I think he just poisoned me. Unfortunately, I have nothing to really do for him here. I guess Void. And then with that on him, go ahead and hit him again. Hit him. Keep on hitting him. Leaving the other fight to happen on its own, because I'm pretty sure they can handle it. Yeah, they're fine. They're doing fine. Come on. He's healing him occasionally, but... can't out. This guy just... Okay, there we go. He's out. Flanks him, so he's out. Over here to flank this guy, and he's out. Come on, you know you're out.
Salt breathers. Their leader was Izander before he'd been killed.
And now they're here.
And it seems this Herald's influence is more far-reaching than I'd imagined. We should keep going.
Okay, there was a portcullis down there. I'm assuming... Okay, well that's... Okay, that's apparently the continued place we're supposed to be? Hold on. Tell me we don't go this way? And I guess the portcullis is still down, or the cage, or whatever it is, so I guess we go this way. Oh yeah, secret door. Alright. Oh, no, just secret lever. Okay. The lever's there, so now this should have opened this up. Yep, that's what happened. Okay. Well, can't go that way yet, so I guess we have to look for another one of those levers. And probably another fight. Maybe? Yep, there we go. That's done. Or we can go down, but I'd prefer to go this way first. So it must lead to something else. Probably another fight. Yep, hello guys. Alright, alright. Wow, it's a lot of people. Big guy there is a problem, theoretically. Let's try to suck some of these people in as they come. Okay, and then go right through them. worked out pretty well, I think. Then go ahead and zap this guy. Keeps healing him, which I hate. Let's actually take this guy out. Can't get to him, huh? I can swap, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then Dervish through here. Didn't hit that guy, though. Get that guy up there. These guys here with this, thank you. Okay, this guy's a jerk. Can we finish him off, please? There you go, he's out.
Focus.
Okay, we're good so far. This guy keeps teleporting, which I hate. They should be down. There you go, she's out. Alright, great. Pick up the Masquerade. Totally worth. We could probably undo that if we really wanted to, but for some reason not allowed. Etching?
Are they?
Producing salt. All part of surviving. Fabra and Artigiani don't run in the Masked Runner circles.
So, they find other ways to get crescents.
Let's keep going.
Alright, well, we found a Masquerade growing stone salt. Okay. Production stone salt is a procedure more difficult than most suspect. Not only is the equipment required for the process bulky and difficult to procure, but it's far from enough to simply distill and crystallize the constituents of salt. The ratios and proportion of the components not only determine the efficacy of the drug, but its lethality as well. There are few salt dealers that remain in business after poisoning clients with an improved product. That's fair. Totally fair. Alright, well, that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. This has been Masquerada. I'm Piece of the Universe, you're Piece of the Universe too. And I'll see you guys next time.